The setting, a modest tavern in the 14th century England, rushes on the floor. A cracked hearth, 2 tankards of ale on a battered oak table. A shimmering distortion occupies the far corner. Through, Sir Rodney will continue to insist, for the duration of this time, that this particular draft, Sir Reginald's cloak is singed at the hem, there's a smudge of axle grease on his left cheek, and he has no idea. A flash of amber light, shimmer in the corner, thickens gutters, collapses inward. Sir Reginald stumbles out of thin air and collides with a stool. He catches himself on the table's edge, rattling both tankards. Sir Rodney, mid-sip, regards this with the expression of a man who has found a toad in his boot, unsurprised but not pleased. Reginald? Rodney! Both arms good, both boots. One of them barely stayed in 1897. What year is it? This is the year of our Lord, 1300 and squints. Why do you always ask that? Because last Tuesday for me was 1962. There's a particular chariot with no horse and a woman who offered me something called a hula hoop. I did not take it. I regret nothing. See, I have to tell you something extraordinary. You're sitting down. I'm already sitting. Peers at original cheek. You've got something on your... Never mind that. It looks like grease. It's nothing, Rodney. Focus. I have been somewhere remarkable. You always have. I remember when you fell through the time into a Roman bath, when you smelled of lavender for a fortnight. The men would not joust with you. This is different. This is important. This would change everything about what the stone does to me. He always was a bit odd, even before this stone business. He was, in fairness, very odd before the stone business. Once in a tournament, he jousted left-handed for no reason. He lost, but he seemed pleased. Right, I found a machine, Rodney. A device. Constructed mechanism of gears and coils and glass tubes, and it does deliberately and with precision exactly what the stone does to me by accident. It throws you in Roman bath? It moves people through time intentionally. Think of it. Think of the falconry. When you loose a falcon, yes, she goes where she will, up, out, wherever prey is. That's me. That's the stone. No control, just off. I understand falconry. Good. Now this machine is the gauntlet trained to return. It calls the bird back to a specific perch at a specific moment. So it's a glove. It is. No, it's not a glove, Rodney. Forget the falcon. Think of a rope maker. You know how they splice a rope? When you got 2 frayed ends and you're twisting the strands together so that the rope becomes one again at whatever point you choose? Oh, aye. Old Thomas, the cord winder, used to do it. Best rope man in 3 counties. His splice on the Garrison hawser was a thing of genuine beauty. Yes, exactly. So the machine splice is timed the same way. two movements, say this tavern now, and some point 500 years hence, and you join them together at a chosen point and step through cleanly. Remarkable. So you need a very long rope. There is no rope. You can't splice without a rope, Reginald. What does it splice with? It splices time with itself. Time is the rope. Is it a good rope? And so it goes with every conversation. For 20 years, you begin to see why Reginald travels alone. Reginald produces a piece of vellum from inside his cloak and spreads it on the table, nudging a tankard aside. On it, rendered in charcoal with surprising detail, is a rough sketch of a large Victorian-era machine. All brass columns, pressure gauges, a central gyroscope ring, several levers, and what appears to be a seat bolted onto the top. Here, I drew it from memory. It's accurately as I could. That's a trebuchet. It's not a trebuchet. The arm there, counterweight on the left, sling mechanism on the... That is the primary gyroscopic stabilizer ring. It's not a sling. That's a calibration dial. And the primary gyroscope stabilizer ring, that's not a sling. That's a... And what's this knob for? That's the temporal pressure valve that regulates the push, the force that... For stirring soup? It's not for stirring soup. The shape of it looks very much like a ladle arm. What is this glass tube? That's a chronological viewing aperture. When it's active, you can see hazily, very hazily, a distinct moment like looking through ice. A window. Yes, Rodney, exactly. It functions rather like a window to another time. That's almost precisely. A window for stirring soup station, so the cook can see without out while stirring. Very practical. I'd have one put into the garrison kitchen. He was so close, genuinely, for a moment, entire moment, so Rodney of the broad shoulders and the narrower mind was almost there. Remember this. It will not happen again this evening. Reginald is refilling his explanation from the beginning using a new analogy involving masonry. Something about laying the foundation of stones at a precise intervals, and then he stops mid-sentence and glances down. A warm amber glow is seeping through the fabric of his cloak, pulsing faintly. His expression shifts, not panic, worse than panic, the very particular dread of a man who has missed his stop many times before. Oh, blast! The stone. It's warming, Rodney. I need you to listen to me very carefully and not ask about ropes. I was going to ask about horses, actually. No horses either. The machine, the time splicing machine, I need you to understand what it means that it exists, because I won't be here much longer. Are you ill? I'm about to be elsewhere. There's a the glow, Rodney. Parts. You see that? That's very odd draft. It's not a draft. It means I'm going to jump, possibly to somewhere with combustion engines, loud music, and no ale whatsoever. So please, listen. I am listening. In the future, do horses seem to you like pressing concern at this? Biscuit would want to know. Biscuit is a horse. Biscuit does not have opinions about the future. Biscuit is eating hay somewhere and he is fine. He is sensitive and he picks up on things. I have known Biscuit. He's not sensitive. He once bit a bishop and showed no remorse. The glow of the bench, Reginald's cloak, is now bright enough to cast a faint shadow. His words are coming fast, stumbling over each other with the urgency of a man racing his own disappearance. Rodney, the machine, listen. It was not built by accident. It was not built as a curiosity or a toy or some inventor's fancy. The man who built it had a purpose. And I found in his notes, the only had to a moment to read them. Rodney, machine was built to find someone. Find who? Someone carrying an involuntary time travel artifact, an obsidian stone sewn into a cloak. The note described it: the amber glow, the irregular jumps, the inability to direct or stop it. Rodney, they were describing me. They built a machine to locate me, or not exactly me, whoever carried the stone. Who built it? I don't know, but here's the thing. The stone wasn't made by accident either. It was someone forged it. Someone sewed it into my cloak. Someone set me loose in time. Now, centuries forward, someone built a machine to pull this person back to a fixed point, to a specific moment, which means someone, somewhere, in time, has been arranging all of this, all of it. My jumps, my return here, perhaps even this conversation. I don't know who or why or whether they intend me. Whether they intend me good or ill. Rodney, remember this. Whatever happens, remember I told you. The stone was meant, and someone is waiting at the end of it. Who would want to do that to a man? That, old friend, is precisely what I intend to. The amber light comes binding. There is a sound of a chord played backward, resonant low, briefly warm, and then nothing. The shimmer of the corner collapses. Reginald is gone. The stool he was sitting on rocks once in two legs and settles. His tankard of ale remains, barely touched. The hearth crackles. The rushes on the floor do not stir. Rodney sits, looks at the empty chair. He looks at the tankard. He picks up his own ale, takes a long measured sip, sets it down. He's quiet for some time. Slowly he addresses the empty chair. Right, so someone built a machine to find you, and you've gone off somewhere to find out who, as one does. Then he turns the tankard in his hands. You always did that, you know, even before all this, always chasing the thing no one else could see yet. I used to drive me absolutely mad in training. There's a better angle, Rodney. The fitting's wrong, Rodney. Rodney, the lance goes forward. A small private smile. Forward, right? Rodney, I hope wherever you land next, you've got decent ale, and the people are not too strange, and whoever it is at the end of that machine, whoever built it, that they mean you well. Biscuit would also miss you too. You know, he's sensitive. Come back in one piece, you daft man.